The Mandalorian Season 2 is the kind of fun that sneaks up on you. The Mandalorian Season 2 was the kind of story that was deceptively good and fun. And I'll explain. When the story first came out, I thought of it like this. Oh, hey, Mandalorian Season 2 is out. Are we going to watch it? Nah, maybe. We'll get around to it. And then it was like anytime I was folding laundry or sitting down and maybe eating lunch with the kids, or just anytime we were like, let's just throw on something. It was like, well, we haven't finished Mandalorian yet. Let's throw that on. And we did. And end up watching the whole thing. And every episode was a lot of fun. And I think that's the major selling point, right? Is that this is just a really fun show. And the creators, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. I've only read his name. I actually haven't heard anybody say it. But those two creators, they have just hit the sweet spot as far as pleasing the filthy casuals like myself and the hardcore fans. It seems like both sides, like, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, and I really enjoyed this. And by the end of it, I felt kind of emotional about it, which was a surprise. I was like, I don't even care that much about Star Wars, but I really like this. And then I know for like my brother, who's like a hardcore fan, he was stoked. He was pleased throughout the whole thing. And there are some moments especially that had him like out of his seat, jumping up like, yes. Typically what I like to see out of Star Wars is a fun action adventure that has the occasional emotional punch. That's absolutely what we got here. To make sure it really stands out as a Star Wars entry, as an entry into the franchise, there was enough nostalgia bombs dropped all throughout the series. I feel like the more dedicated fans will really appreciate. Like, there's so many like almost every episode features a different character that has a cameo, even if they were a character that came up last season. I'm thinking of one comedian in particular. It's great. It's great seeing them pop up. It almost seems formulaic in that every episode, Mando or Din will show up somewhere, right? He shows up somewhere. He's still trying to find a home for Baby Yoda, who is adorable. The kids love it. Every time Baby Yoda pops on screen, the kids like, ah! Like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. and yeah, and I say it too, so whatever. But every episode, Mando goes in, he's still trying to find a home for Baby Yoda, and he'll get involved into whatever the local folk are involved in. The locals will have some dilemma or some drama or some war they need to fight, and they're like, well, we could use a Mandalorian. And he's like, I don't care, I just want to find a home for this little guy. Okay, well, we'll definitely help you if you help us win this war real quick. Fine. And then he'll do whatever they need, and then it's like, and then he still doesn't have a home for Baby Yoda. There's one episode in particular where I'm like, I'm not going to go into spoilers yet. I will go into spoilers at the end of this video, so stick around for that. Unless you haven't seen it, in which case, go watch it and then come back. But yeah, there's one episode in particular. The way it works out is Mando's like, if I help you with this thing, you take Baby Yoda, right? We're good? And Mando does the thing. He helps this person, and then at the end, the other person's like, oh, I can't take him. It's just like, but you said you were going to do the thing and you're not doing the thing. Frustrating. It was a cool character that happened to pop up in that episode. But yeah, just episode after episode, Mando's trying to find a home for Baby Yoda. And along the way, there's a lot of cool special effects. There's a lot of cool fights. And I think what carries the show is obviously Pedro Pascal as the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. The combination of those two characters is really the heart of the show, as it should be. I mean, when there's characters you actually care about, it makes all of the battles that much more interesting. And obviously, you're rooting for the Mando. It doesn't seem like he has anybody else in this world. He's just out there trying to accomplish this task. And Baby Yoda is just a baby, so it's not like he has a lot of other stuff going on either. And they're just trying to make it in this messed up galaxy. How could you not root for that? You know? So as I've said before, season 2 is all about the Mandalorian, Mando, Din, trying to get Baby Yoda somewhere. He wants to take him somewhere so he can be trained as a Jedi, because as we learned in season 1, Baby Yoda knows how to use the Force, and so he needs to find him a proper home. That is the major arc. And of course, there's Gideon Moff, who is trying to do whatever he can to stop him, and he makes a great bad guy. He makes a great villain. Especially there's some tools at his disposal, I guess I can say without spoiling anything, that really make things difficult for Mando. And that's really cool. It only raises the stakes and makes the show that much more interesting. And I highly recommend you watch it. Even if you're a casual Star Wars fan or a hardcore fan, either way, it's just a fun show. You don't have to think too much about some complicated plot or storyline. This is just good, simple fun. That's it. As far as a rating goes, I feel like at some point I'll have to come up with a new rating system for TV shows, because I mostly talk about books. So with books, I use the Goodreads 5-star rating system. I'm going to use that here, but in the future, I will probably have something else, I think. No, you won't. Yeah, probably not. But I would give this 4 out of 5 stars, just because I feel like a 5-star rating would mean that it is like greatness. Like it is the top tier. It is amazing. It's not that, but it's really good. It's really good at what it does and what I feel like it's supposed to be, which is just fun action adventure with an emotional punch. And with a Star Wars coating or a Star Wars skin on it. It is a Star Wars story, and a good one. So go watch it. Now, I'm going to talk about spoilers for a little bit here. All right, so this is your warning. Talking about spoilers, if you haven't seen it or you don't want to be spoiled, stop watching. Go watch the show, then come back. Okay, you've been warned. That last scene on the final episode, when Luke Skywalker is just destroying all of the Darth Vader bots. I don't know what they're called, but the Darth Vader bots. You know what I'm talking about. Those. Just one of those was manhandling Mando, and he just barely survived. And so when you see a whole squadron of them just rushing in, and you know, like, oh man, here it is. Something's going to happen. Something bad. I was like, damn, are they going to, I don't know how many seasons this show's going to go on for. Are they going to kill him off? And that's it? I don't think they would, because it is a Disney Plus show. But in the moment, I was kind of like, damn, I don't know if there's a season 3. So they could kill Mando off or one of the other characters around him. I mean, something bad I thought was going to happen for sure. But then you see the X-Wing fly in, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. What's going on? And like me, like I said, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, so I didn't really know where in the timeline of movies this actually took place. And so I was like, who's that going to be? And then I see he has one hand is like all gloved up. He has the green lightsaber. He's just crushing people with the Force. I'm like, is it Luke? And of course, sure enough, it is. And that, my eyes welled up. They got all watery. And like I've said a bunch of times, I'm not like a huge Star Wars fan, but that made me super emotional. That was so well done. The cinematography, the score, how it was brought about in the story, how the tension was ramped up more and more and more, how they set up the Darth Vader bots, whatever they're called, how they set those up, how they had Moff Gideon there. And you felt like, damn, this guy's just going to win. He's just going to find a way to win. Our heroes are screwed. And they set it all up. And then Luke Skywalker comes in, destroys them all, destroys all the bots, saves the day. Then it's like, okay, do they let him in because they feel like, oh man, he's just destroying everything out there. And Baby Yoda is over there just like, and Mando's like, let him in. Yeah, let's let him in. And then they do. And Mando knows that Baby Yoda should go with him. There's a Jedi right in front of you. You've been looking for this the whole season. The entire season, you've been looking for this one situation, this one opportunity. And you finally find it. It's finally there. And then you realize Mando doesn't really have a home himself. And maybe him and Baby Yoda adventuring together, maybe just them two being together, that now feels like a home, that feels like a family, and he hasn't had that. How do you not get emotional over that? You know, these are likable characters having a heartbreaking, good moment. This is a good thing. Yoda needs to be trained by a Jedi to grow. And that's the bittersweet feeling that you want to aim for in a climax, right? Let's not subvert expectations and do something random just to be like, oh, I didn't see that coming. No. This is a well-earned, bittersweet moment. Man, like for a show that I was just very casual about, just like, yeah, we could throw this on. I ended up caring a lot about it. Just watching this makes me want to be more of a Star Wars fan. Maybe I need to watch more Star Wars stuff. Maybe I should read some of the books. That's the kind of impact good writing has, or at least good storytelling. Yeah, good writing, good show running. I also need to check out The Clone Wars because that's Dave Filoni's other project, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. And I guess that's where the character Ahsoka comes from. Oh, and that was another great episode, the Ahsoka episode. Like she was awesome. Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka was great. That was awesome the entire time. Any of the fighting, it's just like very simple on the surface stuff. It was fun. That's just a fun episode to watch. And then another one of my favorites was Bill Burr's redemption arc, right? So he tried to screw it over Mando in season 1. But in this season, he comes back, he redeems himself. And Bill Burr actually is a pretty solid actor. I feel like for whatever reason, comedians, they have I don't want to say an easy time. It's not the right word. There's a lot of comedians that seem to be able to cross over into acting and do it well. And Bill Burr has done that. I love that they let him go at the end. Maybe for season 3, he'll slide in somewhere else and save the day. Just as a returning the favor kind of thing. Oh, there's going to be 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 different spin-off shows for a new streaming service like Disney Plus. That's big news. They have all the Marvel stuff. We know that's coming, but now they also have Star Wars content, and we can be optimistic. I don't want to say confident. Don't get overconfident, but optimistic that these shows will turn out well because Jon Favreau has the magic touch at this point. I mean, just whatever he touches turns to gold. Yeah, you have the Book of Boba Fett. You have Ahsoka. You have Rangers of the Galaxy. I forget the name of the other one. I'll put it up. I'll write it somewhere over here. But 3 different shows. And then I'm assuming Mandalorian season 3. So have you seen it? Let me know what you think. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you have seen it, let me know what you thought down below in the comment section. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I talk about books, I talk about TV shows, I talk about movies, really just anything with a good story. I'll talk about it. So until next time, later.